First, I want to start with a quote that actually came out from President Obama last week at the Facebook town hall meeting, and I think it's appropriate to start with it here. It's that he said, "It's not that hard to find savings and cut programs on the backs of the poor, of the underprivileged, of those without lobbyist groups, and those without clout." To serving the underprivileged, the poor, and those who do not have clout. And what I have seen in the past 5 years in particular is that the wealthy keeps growing and the poor keep getting worse. My concern is the only thing I've agreed with any of the slides on any of this is the little snippet says the wealthy get less. And the reason I asked, my question is, why exactly are we continuing to give the tax cuts for wealthy and the tax cuts to corporations when we're looking at getting rid of the earned income tax credit? Something that as simple as $300 keeps a family afloat from being under the federal.
I don't think anybody's proposing to get rid of the earned income tax
Well,
credit.
I know that's a more local, but I'm granting that because we're having federal budget cuts, we're now going to have state impact.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
My real question actually goes to, sorry, I just saw this. My real question goes to the fact that as we are looking at the wealthy continuing to get more, what exactly is anything in any budget of your proposal, and I will admit, I read it, that's how much of a nerd I am. So I read this piece of document and I saw nothing that really speaks to helping those who are already not able to make ends meet.
Right, so let me address it. No, it's a great question. I'm really glad you asked it. First of all, our spending is out of control, and we got to get our spending down. And so I'm not saying whose fault it is what it is. It is there. So where should we spend money on? And if you've read the document, you'll see one of the things we target is corporate welfare. Stop spending money on corporations from the government, meaning stop spending money in corporation on energy companies, stop on agribusiness, stop spending money on the financial services firms. That is spending we've identified for cutting and eliminating in this budget. The other thing is, in order to get these entitlement programs to be solvent and sustainable, we are saying don't spend as much money on wealthy people. Means test these programs in the future because wealthy people have money. And focus your money and target it on the poor, on the safety net. So the point I'm trying to say is this government is spending at such a fast clip that there's no way we can sustain this rate of spending. You can raise taxes all you want. You literally can't mathematically chase the spending line with taxes line. I mean, you can't. I mean, let's say you took the profits of every Fortune 500 company, you'd fund the government for 40 days. The point I'm trying to make is, so in spending money, spend it where it is needed the most by those who have the least. And so that's what we're saying is target our safety net programs, target our entitlement programs, defund corporate welfare, and on welfare programs, there is maybe a different philosophy between myself and the president on this. And I'll basically try and synapse it this way. We believe that we shouldn't be trying to treat the symptoms of poverty as much as we should try to eradicate poverty. We want to reform our welfare safety nets, not to keep people on welfare, but to get them off of welfare into lives of self-reliance. So that means the system we have today, which I would argue, when welfare reform was done in the 1990s, it reformed one of the 77 federal welfare programs. So let's get these programs geared toward being that safety net that gets people back on their lives of self-sufficiency, and then with tax policy. Look, let me just go through I know. Let's just take a look at individuals. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Hey, come on.
My follow-up would be, and I forget, my follow-up would be that the day after you submitted the Path to Prosperity to the public, which was on my birthday actually, the next day the Congressional Budget Office released a follow-up report and stating that your Path to Prosperity is actually not feasible for our country either.
No, that's not true. So I'm not sure what you're saying with that. Here's the point I'm trying to say is, Look at the tax shelters. The top 1% get all the tax shelters. Every dollar that is spent, or that is put into a tax shelter, is a dollar is taxed at zero. You take away the tax shelter, lower everybody's tax rates, and all that money gets taxed. So the point I'm trying to say is, let's get our tax code competitive so we can get an eye on economic growth. If we tax our job creators a lot more than our foreign competitors tax theirs, they win, we lose. We don't want that.